We now to Shadow Secretary of State Ian Murray.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. Can I start by joining the Minister and passing on our condolences to the Secretary of State for the bereavement and his family. Can I also wish everyone a happy Burns Day for tomorrow and thank our wonderful Ayrshire musicians who are in the gallery who treated us to some entertainment last night. Mr Speaker, since this government has been in power, working people have paid on average 10 pence in the pound more in tax. The supposed party of low tax has created the highest tax burden on working people in 70 years, and it makes this the biggest tax-raising parliament since records began. In Scotland, the SNP has looked at this tax burden and said, hold my beer, as everyone earning more than 28,000 pays even more tax than they do in England. What impact does the Minister think this historically high tax burden has on the Scottish economy?
Mr Speaker, well, this government remains focused on reducing the tax burden when it is prudent to do so. But as he identifies, in Scotland we have an additional challenge in terms of the high tax agenda being put forward by the Scottish Government, the SNP, and I share his concerns about the impact that is having on the ability of the Scottish economy to perform at its full potential.
Ian Murray.
Mr Speaker, the Minister seems to think that picking your pocket of £10 and giving you £2 back is something to be grateful for. The fact is that working people all across the country and in Scotland are paying for the Tories crashing the economy. Mr Speaker, we know that the Barnett formula results in an additional £19 billion of public spending into Scotland's economy. But last week, the national newspaper reported that the SNP was being encouraged by their sister party in Wales to join the campaign to ditch the funding formula. 16 years of SNP government has left Scotland's public finances with a £1 billion black hole. We're in the middle of the worst cost of living crisis in generations, yet historically high taxes are already being imposed on working people to pay for this. Losing the Barnett formula would devastate Scotland's public finances and the economy like nothing we've seen before. Will the Minister join me in demanding that the SNP rule out this policy to bin the Barnett formula?
Mr Speaker, the biggest enemy of the Barnett formula and the biggest enemy of devolution in Scotland is the SNP. They want to rip up the devolution settlement and they want to stop the Barnett formula, which results in millions of pounds of extra investment going into Scotland each year. This government, this party remains absolutely committed to devolution and that Barnett formula and more investment into Scotland.